Hello everybody, in this video I will be showing off some of the trophies I've gotten on Call of the Wild in the past few weeks. So starting off here on Revontuli Coast, right out of the starter outpost, I was hunting moose on my own map, and as I look over to the left here, you can see that is most definitely a melanistic cow moose. So I've never actually gotten a melanistic moose before, so I was very excited to see this. I was planning on doing a moose grind, but that obviously does not work in Call of the Wild right now for me. So here we go for the shot, and it is a single lung shot only with the newer 7mm. It did take an absolute while before this thing dropped, but here it is on the ground, and picking it up, it is obviously a melanistic cow moose. Very cool trophy. As I said, my first ever melanistic moose. Hopefully I can get a bull soon. And now moving on to the next clip of the video, we have another one from Revontuli Coast where, as you can see right there, I just got a willow ptarmigan warning call. I love hunting this southern part of the map for Revontuli Coast for a bunch of birds like the ptarmigan, some raccoon dogs, and the lynx. But as you see there, I do drop a ptarmigan out of the air. I pinged it before and I thought it was white, so I came over here, ran around, and that's what I spooked. I also thought it was over there, so I do spend a bunch of time pinging those guys, but it was not any of those were the white one that I saw. Anyway, running over to pick this one up, it is going to be the white ptarmigan that I thought I saw, scoring a 635 for a ptarmigan. Not the biggest that I have. The willow ptarmigan whites do not seem to be that rare, although they do look very nice. And now moving over here to Hirschfelden, I spooked a level 5 wild boar. I do not have the clip for me pinging him, sadly. I did lose that. But here he is out here in the fields. This will be my second wild boar in about a week out here on Hirschfelden. They do not seem to be that uncommon because not many players do hunt Hirschfelden. But anyways, I did drop him there with the 30-06, and now going over here to pick him up, I do have, I accidentally tried to save, or put him in the saved harvest. That was by accident, because the server was very laggy. It is a 145 scoring Diamond Wild Boar. As I said, my second in not too long, so it was a nice find out there on Hirschfelden. And now, moving over here to Yukon Valley, as you could have seen right there, I have a piebald red fox standing in front of me. I marked this guy a while ago, and I finally came back to the map to try and take him down with the crossbow. And now calling him in here, he took forever to come into the call. But anyways, as he does run in very close, you get to see the absolute beautiful piebald fur on that red fox. They look so cool ever since they got their fur type update. And here I am with the crossbow. I drop shot him from about 13 meters, I think it was, eventually, but he looks so good with their new furs. This is my second piebald red fox ever, and it was nice to take with a crossbow. And now moving over here to Layton, I know it is very hard to see with the fog, but there is a piebald bull elk out there. The level 3 I do have pinged is a piebald. Now this was when I was doing my Diamond Roosevelt elk grind. Around 150 kills in, I think this guy spawned, and yeah, just before the diamond, this guy did spawn in. And now, coming over here to claim him, as you can see, that is obviously a piebald Roosevelt elk. They do look so good. One of the cooler rares you can find in the Hunter Call of the Wild. And yeah, very nice trophy from Layton. Moving back to Revontuli Coast, as you can see here, I do look up into the sky, and the first goose I ping is a level 5 tundra bean goose. My first ever level 5 tundra bean goose after playing Revontuli for a very long time. Now, surprisingly, this guy was flying very far away, and he just didn't really seem to come back. So I had to go back to the outpost and grab some decoys and call him on in. It did just take around 5 minutes, and as you can see here, I did eventually get him back. And there he is right there on the ground. I have the Pt.2 LR here, and I just take the shot, and he's dead. Running over to pick this guy up, and he is a max weight 0.01 off max score Diamond Tundra Bean Goose. An absolute surprise, because honestly, these guys, I've never seen them before. I don't have a 5, and my first one to be nearly max score is very cool. And now, moving over here to Virunga Savannah, as you can see there, level 4 wildebeest in the max weight range with a very favorable estimate. these guys do make diamond a lot in their 265 to 290 kg weight range if they are just a level 4. So as you can see, I do pull out the 270 Warden, I believe it is, or just some random 270 round. I don't think it is the Warden, but I do go for the shot here on the Wildebeest, and I do hit it. Now, I would not advise shooting the 270 at Wildebeest because they take forever to die, but picking him up here, he is a diamond at 38.08. Pretty common Wildebeest are diamonds, so it's not that great of a trophy, but nonetheless a very cool trophy. And now another clip from Virunga Savannah. I do take forever to jump up into this little lookout tower. This is a great spot to see some springbok in the early mornings of Virunga. And as you can see right here, the first springbok I ping is a level 5. Now, I only had the 30-30 lever action to take this guy down with, so as you can see, I am very, very close to the herd here, and in a little moment's time, you can see there is the springbok walking out of the little reeds I had here. I was trying to find this guy for around 5 to 10 minutes, and he finally stepped out of the brush there, which was a very, very good thing, because I thought I lost him. Anyways, here we go with the lever action. I do drop him, which is quite surprising. I didn't think this thing could drop springbok, but I'm glad it does. Anyways, running over here to pick up the springbok, I will try and ping ones out in the field. There's nothing better, obviously, than a 5 medium. I do not know why, but I always will look. Anyways, as you can see up close, it is the small horns, but it is a diamond at 111.34. My third diamond springbok I think I've ever got, so these guys, I can get very lucky with them. They do not seem too difficult for me to find, but I know for some people they definitely are. And now moving over here to Reventuli Coast for some whitetail trophies I've gotten over the past few days of grinding. This would be my first melanistic in around 3,000 to 4,000 kills of whitetail grinding. I do not seem to find the melanistics at all whatsoever, so I was so happy to see this guy. And now, going over here to take the shot with the 30-06, I go for the heart shot. Sadly, I do miss the heart shot, which I'm kind of disappointed about. Anyway, running over to pick him up, obviously he is a melanistic, and he is only going to be a silver, but still, one of the most beautiful whitetails you can find in the game are the melanistics. Now, picking him up, he's just going to be a 171.71. And honestly, I don't really care how big the melanistic whitetail I find are. I'm just happy that I can get a melanistic because they are such a cool rare. And now, moving over to another whitetail clip, we have a level 3 big rack whitetail. As you can see there, I just pinged it. He's absolutely massive with an estimate above 300, which is quite rare for the whitetail. You don't see many estimates that are like guaranteed 260 plus. Anyways, I do go for the shot again with the 30-06 here, and it is a double lung drop shot on that guy. And running over to pick him up, he is going to be a 273.39 diamond whitetail, my second biggest whitetail ever, and he's also max weight. Now, I try not to include many diamond whitetail because obviously I am grinding and they are very, very common, but it is going to be my second biggest whitetail, so I will be showing any above around 273 range. And now moving back here to Virunga Savannah, I ping a level 5 lesser kudu, and I only did have the muzzleloader to take this guy down with. And now I do try and spook him here. It does take forever for him to notice me, but as he does, he will go alert. And as I take the shot here with the muzzleloader, I actually did miss the shot there. I do not know how. I thought I did hit it, but I guess I missed. Anyways, I did track him down to his drink time, which took me absolute ages, but I finally did get to take the shot here with the 270 and dropped him. Now, running over to claim this guy, he is actually looking like the smaller horns kudu, and I was actually very excited because I don't get many diamond kudu, and he trolled. So, yeah, it was actually one of the worst experiences I've ever had in the Hunter, and it took me like an hour and a half to get. But anyways, yeah. And now moving on to some fallow deer clips from New Zealand. As you can see here, we do have our first of 3 5 medium fallow deer. Now, I am doing a super rare grind for the fallow deer it's not really like a consistent grind that I'm doing, but I am just grinding for them in my pastime that like I'm not really grinding for either whitetail or hunting multiplayer to make other videos. Anyways, this is diamond number 2 on the fallow deer grind. I'm probably not going to be including fallow deer in many other videos for trophy highlights as much unless I do get some rares, because the diamonds I find quite a lot on this grind and they're not that difficult to find. Anyways, picking this guy up, he is the second diamond, 264.78 diamond fallow deer. Just the casual score for them normally. They don't really score much higher than that. And then finally, the third of 3 diamond fallow deer on my grind. They are very, very cool to see. Just grinding fallow is something that I would suggest everyone in the game to do. At least try it, because it's just so much fun. Anyways, picking this final guy up here, he is going to be a 262, kind of like, again, the average score for a fallow deer. Anything above about 267 is pretty big for them. Now, I was on my whitetail grind here in Reventouli, and I spawned a albino spikebuck. I left him on the map here for a while, but I decided I was going to shoot him to include him into the trophy highlights. Now, this is by far not my biggest whitetail deer I have ever killed. That is albino, but it was still alright. Now, moving on to Mississippi, it's very, very hard to see there, but I do shoot a piebald gator. Now, it's annoying because I couldn't get the spotting outline for the clip, and it was at night. And what's even more annoying with this guy is that I killed it, and it sank to the bottom, and I never actually got to see the trophy. Now, it's just something that happens with the gators, but I find it very, very annoying, especially since I don't get many rares for the gators. And now, moving on to Hirschfelden here, we have some European bison clips. Now, I decided I was going to take this guy with the 470 nitro, as I do right there, right into the double lungs, as you would go for on the European bison. Now, these guys, I do believe, are a pretty difficult diamond for most people. For me, I found quite a lot of them because I've hunted a lot of European bison, but picking this guy up, he is going to be a 277.52. Pretty decent scoring diamond. I mean, just 5 above the diamond requirement, so he's not massive by any means, but he's still a nice European bison. They're not that uncommon, but they do troll a whole lot, the European bison do. Anyways, moving on to the next clip. It's another clip here from Hirschfelden. I have a level 3 roe deer. Now, this guy took me so long to track down that I actually lost the initial spotting from, my clips are 30 minutes, and I lost the initial 30 minutes of me spotting him, so it took over 30 minutes to take him down. But anyways, with the 243 Cuomo, I do put a shot right into the side of that roe deer. Now, this guy is a guaranteed diamond with his rack type. And yeah, I don't get many diamond roe deer, and they're pretty easy diamonds in this game, especially on Quattro Colinas. They're pretty easy to find. But anyways, a 83 scoring roe deer, my second ever diamond roe deer. So yeah, it's a very nice find on Hirschfelden. Now, moving on to Mississippi, where I found a diamond whitetail while I was green-winged teal grinding for a diamond. Now, the only reason I'm including this is because it is Mississippi, and I don't find many diamonds off this map. Now, it may just be a diamond whitetail, but it's still a diamond, and Mississippi is very hard to find trophies on. So I pull out here the 308 to go and drop this guy with. Now, annoyingly for this, he was standing in a lot of trees, but I finally do get the shot off here and drop him. So with the green-winged teal grinding on Mississippi, I thought it would be a lot easier than it actually is, with them being the only duck on the map, but it appears it isn't, and I'm still yet to get a diamond. Anyways, picking this guy up, he's just a casual 266 scoring diamond, but it's cool that I finally got a diamond whitetail off of Mississippi. And now moving on here to the final clip of the video, we have another 5 medium European bison. Now, these guys, as I said before, they troll a lot, but for me, they have made it the majority of the time. Now here, with the 300 round, I do hit a vital organ shot just barely. Now, I was unsure if I did hit vitals, and it was very kind of scary because they go aggressive, and I didn't really want to accidentally shoot him in the head, but I did verify there was vitals before picking him up, and he is just a 274 scoring diamond European bison. I think my third Diamond European Bison off Hirschfelden, and a pretty nice trophy. Anyways, guys, that will be it for the video. Thank you all for watching.